Hello everyone, it's Ethan from the Orlando course. We're here at Kennedy Space Center on Thursday, July 10th. I've never been to Kennedy Space Center before, so this is my first time. But we're checking out a very specific part of Kennedy Space Center. We just took a bus over here past the VAB, Vehicle Assembly Building. We saw some the road that the crawler uses to launch the rockets. And we've even passed some launch pads and some other really fun stuff. But we've just arrived at the Gantry LC-39. It's about to open very soon. We've got a sneak preview. Kennedy Space Center has invited us out to go check out this brand new attraction this year. So we're gonna go, we just got here, we're gonna go check it out, see what all it has to offer.
Mr. Bailey, come on in here. Right here first, sir. Obviously, with the beautiful scenery that we have, not only with the rockets, but we also have a lot of nature. So we decided to bring our nature and technology and all the information that we shared at the main complex here because it's perfect where it sits. So, but then how do you make it fun? Well, you learn about nature. Well, you create areas and then learn about the turtles, the alligators, all the other beautiful creatures that are here on the Wildlife Refuge. And then over here is to our left is our Earth Information Center, which is just dynamic. It's a completely project that NASA has been working on for a long time. So everything you see in there, the content, is all strictly from NASA. And so we have an immersive theater that the guests are able to see, then walk into a gallery, and they see a hyper wall, which has just amazing information. And then you can actually see the Earth Pulse, which is actual live communications of all the satellites on Earth that are connecting back and forth here on Earth. It's actually launch and fire, and guests can be able to stand underneath it. Don't worry, it comes out at 62 degrees, so we're not frying anybody today. But then as you go up to the fourth floor, where it's nice and conditioned up there, you get to learn more about engineering. You get to build a rocket. You get to learn what it takes for different types of missions, which engines to pick, how much fuel to pick, and the payload capacity you need in order to make that launch successful. Sol will guide you through that entire process. Giant launch screen, and guests will be able to view launches. Unfortunately not from pad 39, because we all know why. It's right there. But pad 40 and 41 are offering some beautiful seats where our guests can view launches. And then trying to make it nice and comfortable here in the courtyard. And then lastly, as Russell says, you know, we do have a gift shop that we can then do where you can purchase stop rockets, which is right over here where kids can actually get underneath here. We have a giant hole that goes up through that gantry, and then the kids can actually launch and just have fun. And so this is real exciting, but this is our nature and our engineering piece that brings it all together. And then right here to my right, we brought a little bit of history in as we took an actual panel from a mobile launch platform from Advon, who donated it to us. But you know, it's a huge piece as you see the crawler walkway, so it's a nice connection from that aspect. But there's all little Easter eggs everywhere. The best thing to do is explore. That's what Kennedy's all about, and that's what Space Exploration is all about. So thank you for joining us today, and just have fun and walk around and just let me know what you think.
Obviously, you can see that the Gantry LC-39 is currently in technical rehearsal. It's not officially open, so they're still working out the kinks, but we're gonna go check this all out. As we head over into the Gantry over here, LC-39, we have a lot of different animal things going on. You can learn about nature. Over here we have sea turtles, like a whole play area dedicated to them. We have like eggs, eggshells. I just love how they're incorporating nature everywhere over here in the exhibit. Really cool, and they have like a bird's nest too. Lots of picnic, like area dining seating. As you can see, these bleachers here, they've increased the capacity to about 700 people can now view the rocket launches from the launch pads over there. And they have the launch pad 39 lettering. I think this is for launch pad 40 though viewing, because we're too close to one of the other launch pads. But they have a brand new screen over here, very high quality. And this is just part of the gantry at L39. So there's a lot of other stuff to do over here. We're gonna check more out. But yeah, really cool that we have the launch viewing area, and they've expanded it. They've also added grass seating there. They have a whole area in here called the Earth Information Center, and it actually talks about, you know, the satellites and some of Earth nature. We're gonna go check this out. It's indoors, air conditioning. Now heading into the theater.
Floating, untethered to anything in space. In 1984, for 1 hour and 22 minutes, Bruce McCandless said it got so cold, his teeth were chattering. Like a human mirror among the stars, we stared at ourselves. Floating far and alone, outside our planet home where all of history had formed. Everything familiar. Our past, present, and future. All human achievement within a granular speck of blue and green in a sea of infinite space. How wondrous in beauty. The white swirling breath in an expanse of universe. A living being and a breathing planet. We looked at each other, both with rounded faces staring dome to dome. It was the picture of two worlds, one of earth and stone with waves and plant evolving in constant change, and hours of flesh and bone, a moving water system of life and growth mirroring the same. What a peculiar image to see us both apart. Not like guest to house, but child to home. From the mountains that dare us to climb, to the flowers that bury our loved ones in beauty and bring us food at the right time. To lines on a leaf, like those scribbled beneath our skin, make us begin to see we are not separate, but one. From the material we walk upon. And part of the very same sunrise reminding us, no matter how dark life can be, that hope is relentless. From cellular patterns we see in the stars, or the way Earth regulates its own body heat, we are connected forever. And so, while the Earth spun 1,000 miles per hour beneath his feet, Bruce McCandless walked above the planet in the silent expanse. Together, like twin beacons pulsing life, 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 calling in the cold dark, adding a new chapter to the human story and our quest to understand this delicate bond. Reminding us how rare we are, how fragile. A sacred communion of life. This cosmic dance envied by the farthest star.
Okay, where are we at?
We just got out of the theater show. We'll talk about it more in a minute, but really cool room here as we exit. We have a whole giant high quality LED screen over here. You can also like do some interactive stuff, learn about different you know, sea levels and just different, you know, forces of nature and stuff, and just how things.
A severe fire burns.
Yeah, you can see how NASA monitors the sea levels. Just the environment it talks about a lot over here and in the show that we just watched. And then on the globe itself here, really cool projection effects going on here. But it shows you about the temperatures and heat maps and stuff. You can actually interact with it and rotate it, and it rotates the actual globe. Really neat. And you can like rotate it this way, or adjust the temperature and stuff, or just the time. You can change different versions of the globe.
Working together in an intricate dance as a same.
So it's really neat that you can even do this, it interacts. Over here we have an interactive display on how you know, different satellites communicate with each other. They send signals and stuff. Really cool display with the LEDs. I love this. It's so hot and humid outside, but that attraction was so good, air conditioning wise. We got to cool off and learn a lot of different information, not only about NASA, but just about the environment in general. And now we're going to check out this whole attraction over here. A lot going on over here. They're about to do a mini launch static fire test. Let's go see this.
Should I have calculated
Incredible. They have this giant like engine here that does static fire tests, and obviously they're not going to blow us with hot burning fire. So they have like actual fog that comes out. It's like 20 degrees or something, but it's like really cool temperature, and it cools you off on a nice hot day. And it's just really cool to see. They have this display here, and it talks about like a launch sequence, and then it launches, and the lighting effects that we just saw, and the amount of fog that came out. Really cool, and that was just really incredible to see that. Those rockets you can buy in the gift shop, the Stomp rockets, you can actually launch them here. They have a little launch pad. You can launch them all the way up.
Oh, I got it.
They have a few levels, like 4 of them. You can go up and interact with the whole rocket booster and stuff. We're gonna go check this out. On the second level, you get some viewing of this rocket launching, the little toy rockets, and you get a good view of the actual thruster. We're up another story, more information about the LC-39, and we also have a really good view of like the engine here, and just the top part, all the engineering that comes into play with the thruster. So this is really cool. You're gonna look straight down the thruster, and yeah, really cool views. You can actually see the VAB over there. A little hard to see with this lighting right now. And not only that, but we have little observation, like little telescope things, and you can see the different launch pads. I think it's about to do another launch, the thruster. I'm gonna zoom in for you guys, but over here you get great 360-degree views of all the different launch pads. Even have some over this way. And the Gantry LC-39 is pretty much the closest you can get to some of these launch pads with these viewing right here for the launches. And they even have a fourth level that I think is indoors, so we're gonna go check that out. But yeah, lots to see here. Here's a better look at the brand new launch pad, or not launch pad, but launch pad viewing, rocket launch viewing. New bleachers, new grass. Just a really cool overlook here. The actual main exhibit that we entered from, really cool. They told us earlier that this piece on display is from one of the crawlers. That's really cool. Upstairs, you can launch a rocket and control them, and you can actually get a 360-degree view of all the launch pads. And these seats that you're sitting on here are from the pistons of the from the crawler. So it's really cool. They're actual like rocket parts that would launch the rockets. Closer look at that seat, literally a piston from the crawler. It's all really neat.
Engine configuration that can work in tandem with solid-state boosters or multi-stage propulsion. Advanced life support systems to sustain the crew and cargo to aid in ongoing research on board the space station. Start daily recorders.
Really cool that you could customize a rocket and then you can confirm your design. And you have the stats over here. You can even customize the color of your rocket. That's really neat. Very similar view to the level under us, but they have an outside viewing up here, and then you can look all the way around at the different launch sites. Really cool, and they have a lot of different seating so you can customize a rocket. We're gonna go check out the gift shop now. So Gantry gifts. You could purchase a stomp rocket in the gift shop here, and then you can actually launch it over by a little launch pad that they have here. So really cool that you can actually bring this home with you, but you can also interact with it here, you know, at Kennedy Space Center. Not only that, some of the merchandise in the gift shop is exclusive to the Gantry LC-39, so you can only find it here. So you want to make sure you come and visit this location at Kennedy Space Center. Just so you know, the Gantry LC-39 is included with your bus tour and admission to Kennedy Space Center. We're now heading out. We'll talk about more of our experience on the way out. overall, our experience at the Gantry LC-39 was amazing. Really cool. They've had this part existing on property before, and now they've renovated it and really, you know, put it up to date, very modernized, very futuristic. Just an amazing interactive educational experience overall. And I would say that alone is worth coming out here to experience it, because I mean, you can see the whole static fire happening. You have futuristic projections in a whole theater room. You just have a lot more going on over there, and you can build your own rockets, and you get really close to the launch pads. And I say, if you're here for a launch, I believe they will be having separate tickets and stuff for to view for the rocket launches. So it's worth coming out. It's one of the closest spots you'll get to a rocket launch. Highly recommend coming out to that. By the way, I almost forgot to mention that they did mention to us earlier today that they have special tickets and package deals on the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex website.
Discount for Florida residents. Now's a perfect time if you live in Florida to come visit us using that kind of discounted deal. So that is available on our website as well. So please make sure that you're aware of that.
So that's where you'll find different deals, you know, lower price tickets, and just, you know, come out here, check out the tickets on the website, and they even offer annual passes, which, like I said, include access to the gantry. We have now entered the park for full coverage of Kennedy Space Center, my first time ever here. So make sure you guys stay tuned. This will be a separate video on the channel. We might even pass the gantry, which is part of the tour. We might do the rest of the tour in this video as well. And yeah, so stay tuned for it if you want to see the rest of what, you know, Kennedy Space Center offers, and my first time here, my reviews, and my full tour of this park. So check it out on the channel, and if you want to see more Kennedy Space Center content from my page, there's a lot going on today. Very limited time to see all the offerings at the Gantry LC-39. So just a lot to do overall. And when you're on this bus tour, you can spend as much time as you want at the Gantry, but sometimes for certain launch pads, they will offer, like I said, a separate ticket for some of those launches, so they will have upcharges depending on it. But that is one of the closest viewing spots to watch a rocket launch, and hopefully we'll be able to see that one of our future visits. But like I said, social media page in the description for more content. You can find me on all platforms with the handle @EthanHershaft. Also on Instagram @TheOrlandoTourist. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one.